Good evening, everyone. I am O.J. Light, and welcome to the Joy of Miniatures. In tonight's program, we will be working on several things. First, we will be beginning to assemble our third and final Lictor. Next, in the second part, we will be working with Avalon Black, and we will be painting our first Lictor, getting some black into that beautiful model there. And then in the final part of tonight's program, we will be doing a little bit of touch-up on our Hive Tyrant. So, with that in order, let's get to work, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to start off by opening this box, and then I will show you which one of the the Lictor formats we will be going with. For anyone who wants to come along, you will need a paintbrush, paint obviously, we got the brushes here. And as for the tools, I like a knife, glue, and a spur snip. Now then, let's get this box open and we will begin our work. Alright, so the version of the Lictor we will be going with is this version right here. That is what we will be working towards. Okay, there are three different type of they give you three different type of Lictors or three ways your Lictors can look, and we have built two so far. So tonight we will be building the third. Okay. All right. So let's get the spurs out. Oops. So, our first thing we're going to be doing is on the tail, we're going to be putting 1 to 2. So that's the main tail, and we're going to be putting the carapace on the end of the tail, and that's what we're going to be doing. So we need 1 and 2. One is right here, so one is right here, so let's get that out. I like to cut a little bit big. Okay, let's clean this up. Let's clean this up. I always suggest you have, I call it a bit cup. You just throw the extra plastic in there so it doesn't get all over the place. That is something I would suggest you do, or a box, or a bag, or if you have a garbage can next to you, just so it doesn't get all over the place. Because if you knock it off the table, you don't want like your pet eating it or a child eating it. You're stepping on it. Nope, you do not want that. So I almost want to make this into a story. So real story. At the Warhammer store that I buy these parts from, that I buy these models from, they have a combat patrol tournament today. Okay, they had a tournament today there. And they want to know if I wanted to come. Now, I don't know all the rules to combat patrol. I don't, okay? So I asked them, they're like, well, I'm like, what is a combat patrol? Very general question, right? Newbie to the game. And I'm like, what is a combat patrol? And he says it's a combat patrol. And I just said, no thank you. Okay? And I kind of wanted to follow up with another story of mine. So this was many years ago. I was at a dance convention. I do dancing. And I asked this girl if she wanted... She was from Europe, Eastern Europe. I'm not sure which country. There's somewhere up, like between Italy and Greece. There's a bunch of little countries there. And I asked her if she wanted to go get a cheeseburger. And she didn't know, her English wasn't, great. She didn't know what a cheeseburger was. And I said it's, like, we take that word for granted, but I took the time to really tell her what a cheeseburger is. I'm like, it's grilled beef put between two pieces of bread, right? It's a sandwich with grilled beef in it. Okay, that's basically a hamburger. And she didn't quite get it still, so I get a picture of a cheeseburger and I showed her it, okay? And then I got a picture of a cow and I showed her it. And she understood. She understood instantly what I was asking, what I was suggesting we eat. Okay? And she's like, yes, let's go. And we had a great meal together. And I feel like that taking that time to explain what a cheeseburger was to an Eastern European woman is what he needed to do to explain to me what a combat patrol game is, which I'm still not 100% sure what a combat patrol is. I know it's not allow points. I know that part. And I just said no to the tournament because I just felt like I'm nothing against him, but I just was like, I felt like he didn't quite understand how to. I just don't think his reply was good. Okay, by the way, that's just some thoughts, just some basic thoughts. Nothing crazy, guys. Nothing crazy. But I do get frustrated when people. I think people take for granted stuff. I think you're like, well, if I know it, they should know it type of deal. And that is not, in my experience, how reality works. Alright, let's do a little dry test here, guys. Let's make sure this fits on like I want it to. Oops. So... That's it. Okay, cool. Okay, let's put a little glue in there. Put a little glue in there, guys. So, I thought that was a humorous story. Like I said, I still don't know what a combat patrol is. A little frustrating. It's a little frustrating. Because I do plan on playing this game. And I am... Oops, no. This piece does not fit together as good as the other tails. Alright, let's hold that. Alright, that's one. That's piece one. Two pieces, right? So this glue is so obnoxious, I can only do like 10 pieces. These are 2. is just obnoxious glue. I think it's obnoxious. I think it's obnoxious. Some people don't. Okay. Let's work on the legs. So we want 6 and 8. That's the next thing. We want 6 and 8. We got here 6, 8. So we'll get that out. We'll get 8 out. Nothing. There's a big Halloween party going on tonight. I did not go. I am done with, just done with addicts. Just done. I don't go to Halloween. It's not that I don't drink. It's not that I don't drink. It's just I can't stand people, or my tolerance to people who just have to drink. They have to get obliterated. It just has slowly over the years disappeared. I just don't enjoy it anymore. I find the taste of a protein shake way better than the taste of a beer. Alright. Okie dokie, let's just do a dry test on this before I put some glue on it. Okay. Like that. Okay. Cool. Get a little glue in there. Little glue. Oops. I think I accidentally hit the wrong thing on the glue. Oops. No. There you go. And we'll hold that for a second. We will hold that for 1 second. Cool. Alright. The next thing we need to get assembled is 13 and 12. That's the next thing. Okay, 12 is here, so let's get the leg out. And 13, right here, the hoof is right there. clean this up a little bit. And let's clean up this. Yeah, this is gonna be a fun army. This is gonna be a fun army. Trying to figure out. Oh, there it goes. Okay, that's the. I see now. He did. I got the hoof. Alright, then. I always suggest you dry test. I always suggest you dry test. Dry test it. Alright. Oop, there we go. Cool. Just hold that for there. It's looking good. I think this is looking really good. I think we're doing really good, making really good progress on this. Very good. Very good. Oop. This might be the best looking one yet. Okay. So, our next thing is we're going to be getting 17 and 20. There's 17 right there, so let's get that out. Okay. I think I'm going to have a new rule, guys. I think I'm only going to glue. So we got, this is 6 pieces so far. I think I'm only going to do 10 pieces a night. I don't really particularly, I mean, gluing is easy, but I just cannot stand the smell. And I think I need to slow down too. I think I'm trying to rush a little bit too much. Let's slow down. I need to find 20. I think it's on this other one. 20, right here. Let's take a look at you. How do I do that? Yeah, that's it, right there. That's the dry test. So let's do a little bit of that. Such a wonderful hobby. Everyone should have an artistic hobby. Gardening, baking, poetry, models. I think everyone should have a hobby. I have several actually. Having hobbies seems to be my hobby. Meeting people. I always tell people, I always hear the complaint, you can't, you know, there's no, when I see my buddies complain they can't meet a girl they would like to date long term, and none of them have hobbies. I'm like, you gotta have a hobby. I'm not saying that's like the guaranteed way to do it. I'm just saying it's not a bad way to meet people. Alright, and now we need 30 and 18. Okay. 13 and 18. Well, there's 30. So let's get that out of there. That's 30. Let's get the 8. I need an 18. 18. Yeah, very good. Yeah, very good. Very good, yes. Alright, let's try to test this out. Oh, yeah, that looks just marvelous. Is that right? I don't think that's right. Is that right? That looks better. That looks That's it. That's it. Alright, let's put a little glue in there. Put a little glue in there, and then we will. That will be the 10 pieces for the night. That will be like 10 pieces for the night. Voila! I think that's a good spot for us to stop the assembly. Okay, let's put glue. So that glue gets obnoxious. So I like not to push too hard on the glue. Cool. Now, we are building a Lictor, and I'd like to take a look at the Tyranid Codex and actually read to you what the Lictor does. What is the Lictor? What is the Lictor? Let's look at the Tyranid book. A Lictor. Lictors are an adaptation of the Tyranid warrior bioform, specializing in infiltration, scouting, and assassination. Hidden by their chameleonic skin, lictors pick off their prey opportunistically, always looking for a chance to crack open their victims' skulls and suck out the secrets held within using their feeder tentacles. So, Lictor stats. The movement is 8 inches. The toughness is 6. They have a 4+ save. They have 6 wounds, a 7+ leadership, and what is OC? 1 OC. And their weapons are A, attack 6, weapon skill 2, strength 7, AP -2, 2D. And let's see, what are abilities? They have fights first, infiltrators, lone operative, stealth, faction synapses, blah blah blah. Each time this model destroys an enemy character model, you gain 1 CP, phenomenal trail, once per battle round. You can target one model of this ability and use rapid ingress strategem for 0 CP. Unit consumption competition, only 1 long lector per. And that's basically the Lictor, guys. Wonderful little creature, I think. Yeah. You know, I never even noticed that. Let me look at their faces. What was that? I never even noticed there was a claw on their face. Sometimes it's good to see other people's paints. Oh, I totally see it. You know, that really did. I didn't even notice that was not a tentacle until I looked at that. Amazing, amazing what you get to see on other people's artwork. It's just amazing. Cool. So, that is a Lictor, guys. Okay, and that's what we're building, the third one. Now, I don't know if I'm going to use all 3 all the time, but I'll have all 3. I'll be able to use them if I need all 3. So, anyways, let's move our glue pieces to the side. We're done gluing for the night. And we are now going to begin painting this guy with a little bit of black. A little bit of black. Okay, that is the next part of what we got to do. And I'm going to cut the black. We're going to cut the black. Get a little bit of water over here. One more drop. Okay. Maybe a little bit more water. Another drop or 2. Okay, just a little bit. A little bit of water. Alright, we cut it. Now let's start painting this model. Alright, let's actually start on the underneath. Oh yeah, that's sweet. Yeah, this is gonna be nice and easy, nice and easy. Starting from the bottom, and we're gonna work our ways up. Work on the legs, and then we're gonna work on the and there's a little bit of touch up on the timer I'd like to get to done. There's like one spot where I accidentally really put a little too heavy on. So I'd really like to put a timer down there just in case, so you guys got something to look at, just in case you get all yeah. I gotta find a better camera view. I don't know. Find a better camera view for this. Yeah. Cool. Boy, there's a lot on this guy. A lot on this guy. We're gonna get it, guys. I'm hoping I don't water this down too much. Probably did, but you know what? You can always add another coat on. definitely gonna have to do a little coat of black on this. Boy, there's a lot. This guy might take. This guy might take 2 nights to paint black, man. Jesus. Oof. Okay, let's get this out of the way. Like I said, this is gonna. Ooh, getting in between there is gonna be not an easy task. It's gonna be a very hard task. But I can try. Alright, we're doing really good. I think this is gonna look pretty good. Ooh. My hands. inch now, this bottom. We're getting there, babes. We are getting there. Boy, I'm on a real tip. Don't drink iced tea before you, don't drink iced tea before you do this. My hands are just jittery tonight. Ugh. My hands are jittery. Let's keep going. Oops. Alright, let's keep going. So I cut the black tonight. Man, I can really see the difference. It does not. You know, it's like pick your poison. Multiple coats or one coat that might block out detail. That is just the nature of the game. Okay, we gotta get right in there. Okay, we're not hitting the yellow. Try not to hit the yellow. I actually want to take black and like, if this makes sense, blow it on the yellow a little bit, like so there's a little bit of splatter of black on the yellow. I don't know why, but I think when there's just little black specks on the yellow, it looks really cool. I did it by mistake, and I was like, I did it by mistake on the Tyrant. I was like, oh, I kind of like that. I think I'm gonna make that a permanent feature. I kind of like that. Oh, get in there. Oops, this is gonna be tough here. The other side under the armpit with black. Hope I didn't cut this too much. I probably did. Oops, no, where's my towel at? Where'd my paper towel go? No, I didn't want it on the yellow. Where did I hit it with the right there? Nope. There we go. Get it off. Okay. Get in the armpit here. Oh yeah, I'm gonna be some touch up on this fella. You can really see, this is my first Lictor I put together. You can really see with the breastplate did not go that great on. It's all fucking lopsided. This ain't gonna be no competitions, that's for sure. Alright, let's try to get underneath the neck here. This is gonna be hard. Get in the throat, the neck. Oh, hitting that carapace. I might have to touch up that yellow. Some white I missed. Throat. Oh, I got it. Touch that up with the yellow when I do yellow next time. Yeah, that's what I want. Cool. Cool. Okay, let's keep going up. Get the okay, this is gonna be fun. Very careful. Just trying to get around the head here. I don't know about most people. When I paint these things, it's like I discover. I don't know how people do it. I don't know if they perfectly plan how everything's gonna get painted, or if it's like, for me, it's like I discover how it's gonna look as I do it. Like I had an idea, and then as I kept painting it, it's like I discovered the pattern. It's kind of how I feel like when I paint. It's like as I work on it, I discover how it's supposed to look, not I go into the plan with how it's. Okay, now I gotta get back here. This is gonna be hard. Oops. This is one of those things I wish I'd. Oof. I'm gonna have to get some thin paint to get back in there. Can I get in there? Behind the head? Jesus. I'm gonna. Boy. Oof. Yeah, alright, let's keep going. I have a thinner paint to get back in there. We'll do that last. Maybe we'll do that next time on this one. I'm not sure. Alright, let's look. Alright, let's do the back of these arms, I guess. These. not to hit the yellow here. Oh yes, that's it. That's the way. Really good. Let's paint the top of this. Oops. Yeah, he's looking good. He's looking good. Alright. Let's keep going. I want to get this. Get as much black on this guy as I can tonight. Yeah, that looks good. Alright. Funny story in the comments. Someone made the claim I blocked them. I don't even know. First of all, if I did block them, I don't know how I'm still seeing their comments, but such a people crazy. I don't block anyone on this channel. I'm not sure even how you do that yet. Oops. You know, that's what I'm talking about. See, I got a little bit of speck of black on the yellow, and I kind of like it. It's kind of, so I really want to get like a splatter tool or something. Just splatter the yellow with it. But I don't want to get it on anything other than the yellow. That's the problem. Okay, I just get this. Okay. Oh, that's pretty good. Looks pretty, not perfect. Okay, this. Okay. Whew. Let's get the next talon. Oh no, my My black is almost out. Have to put a little bit more down. Yeah, that looks really good. Just ordered my Zoanthropes today. Should have them for. Should be. I think they said 9 days. Must be in the UK. That's what it said. 9 days. So. I gotta make some more paint here because I am out. 9 o'clock though. I don't want too much paint. That seems like quite a bit. Seems like enough. And let's just get a little bit. 1 drop, 2 drop, 3 drop of water. Let's put a 4th drop, just 1 more drop. Yeah, oh, that's a big drop. Alright. Okay. Let's keep going. Alright. What was I at? I was trying to get this, yeah. This tail on right here. Alright, now we gotta move down to the, guess you'd call it the biceps. I'm not sure what you'd call it. Shoulder. Oops. Oh, no. I want it soaking into the blue there. Oops, that didn't help. Made it worse. There we go. God damn. This is a hard thing to hit without getting that blue all messed up. And this is the smallest brush they had, and I really wish there was a smaller one. Or the smallest brush I could find at the store. I wouldn't mind just a smaller brush, just a little bit smaller. How am I doing on time? I'm doing okay on time. I'm doing okay on time. I'm doing okay on time. Before I run out of time for the night, I just want to fix one thing on the timer. Couple of spots right here. Got some yellow on them. I just want to get rid of them. There we go. Just want to get a couple of spots before I forget. Before the night slips away from me. Alright. Alright, cool. Let's keep going. Let's get this hand finished. Ooh. They're ugly. They're ugly. It's coming. It's coming. Alright, let's... I feel like the blues and the purples are what I'm going to touch up. Okay, very good. Yeah, that's... A little bit of midnight on him. Oops. Ooh. Yeah, very good. He's coming along. Oof. Oof. I didn't mean to do that. I have to touch that up with a little bit of yellow. Oof. I almost wanted to paint these things in individual pieces with the joints taped off so I could glue it later, but I don't know if that's a good idea either. That did occur to me. That idea did occur to me. to hit that up with yellow. It happens. It happens. It happens. It's not yet. It's just for fun. It's just for fun. I don't know what I should paint that. I feel like that should be a purple. That spot should be purple right there. So we're going to leave that untouched for the night. Sometimes you just got to go for it. Oop, right here, back of the arm. See it. See it. How's this guy looking? Let's take a look. Let's take a look. Well, I think that's, yeah, it's good for that. Let's take a look at my guy here and see if there's any spots I got to touch up on the tyrant before we call it a night. Couple little spots. Alright guys, that is, I think, a good place to call it quits for the night. So let's just kind of review what I have done. So in the first part of the program, I have gotten my pot started, my third lifter here. We got pieces here that have been partially assembled. Then we put our first coat of black upon our first lictor, okay? And then a lot of touch up to do, but he's coming along. And then we touched up a little bit on the hive tyrant, okay? So that is what we got accomplished tonight, okay? So, thank you for watching The Joy of Miniatures. Again, I am your host, OJ Light, and I hope you have a wonderful evening, and I will see